There's something special about being deep in the mountains with a wolfhound. The way they move through the landscape, the quiet company they give you, the trust that builds with every mile. This is an overnight trip with Dougal and our pack goat Reno, cowboy camping under the stars. We started the day high above Upper Salmon Lake. Dougal stood there on the granite looking out over the deep blue water, and I just paused to watch him. There's something about seeing a wolfhound in a place like this that gets me every time. These dogs are powerful, but they're also heavy. On rocky, uneven trail, I stay close and really pay attention to how he's moving. The joints and pads take a lot of impact with every step, and I never want to take that for granted. The vegetation was thick in places, so ticks and fleas were on my mind the whole time. Both animals were treated before we left, and I still took the time to check them over carefully later. That thick wolfhound coat can hide a lot, and I'd rather be thorough than miss something. Even when it's not particularly hot, big dogs can overheat. I let Dougal set the pace, and we stopped in the shade whenever he showed he needed it. He's so willing to keep going for me that I have to be the one who looks out for him. Dougal, you gonna go swimming? You gonna go jump in the water? Does that feel good? Reno was carrying a light pack for his first real trip with weight. I kept it conservative on the steeper ground. I'd rather carry extra myself than ask too much of him too soon. Watching him work his way up the trail with that pack on made me smile. He's trying so hard, and I want him to feel successful. When we reached the lakes, I let Dougal drink, but only because I had already called the ranger station and confirmed there were no current algae reports. I never just assumed the water was safe, not with a dog I care this much about. Reno is a 3-year-old Alpine goat. We have a great relationship because of the time I put into him. He's super loyal and fun to take hiking. I never have to worry about him running off. After a long day on the trail, I like to check his feet just to make sure he's not experiencing any soreness. I have 5 amazing goats, but Reno sets the bar of everything that I've always wanted in a pack goat. By the time we dropped down to Deer Lake, the wind was picking up. We found a good spot, and I made a soft bed of pine needles for Reno so he wouldn't be lying on the hard ground all night. Dougal immediately claimed my sleeping bag, which made me laugh. He just settles in like he belongs there. And of course he does. I always carry rain gear for all of us, even when the sky looks completely clear. Mountain weather can turn fast, and a wet wolfhound gets chilled quickly. On this trip, those bright orange coats never saw a drop of rain. Instead, they became a soft place for Dougal to settle at the end of the day. It's a small detail, but it felt good knowing he had something comfortable to lie on after working so hard on the trail. Dúghall is a 5-year-old Irish Wolfhound. He weighs in at about 160 pounds. His size can make him look intimidating, but he's as sweet as the day is long. Brushing him gives me the opportunity to check for fleas and ticks, plus he loves the attention. I took a few minutes to brush Reno and check him over. It's not just about looking for fleas or ticks. It's also a way of telling him he's cared for after a long day on the trail. When I fed Dougal, Reno wandered over to investigate his bowl. Dougal gave him that classic side-eye, not aggressive, just a quiet little message between them. He's a gentle dog, and this is just how they talk to each other. I kept dinner simple on this trip, just hard-boiled eggs and roasted potatoes. Dougal sat there watching me the whole time, making it very clear he thought he should have some too. Of course, I gave in. A little bit was all he needed, and you can see how happy that made him. Before we settled in for the night, I made sure the food was hung high and well away from camp. Even if you can't see it clearly from here, that distance gives a little more peace of mind once it's dark. Getting settled for the night is one of my favorite parts of these trips. Dougal stretched out beside me, already growing quiet, and Reno was curled up on the soft bed of pine needles near my pillow. Having them both so close always feels grounding. Even though the sky held some light, it was still later than it looked. Summer evenings linger in the mountains, but we were all ready to rest. I kept Reno on a line that ran from a tree to his collar and then to my belt. Not because I was worried about him running off, he stays close, but so that if anything approached in the night, he'd be the first to react and I'd feel the pull. Bear spray stayed within reach, and with both of them settled nearby, it felt peaceful and complete. We come to the mountains to find the quiet, but we stay for the connection. Out here, Dougal and Reno aren't just my companions. They are my reminders to stay present, breathe deeply, and simply be.